What is going on YouTube and y'all squad? This is your boy Yakratis. This is your review for the Real Housewives of Potomac. So this is day 3. They are still in Mexico, so they should be back in Potomac for the next episode. And yeah, I can't wait to see this episode. I don't know, like it gave me some things, and then it didn't give me things another. Like I just don't know. I just don't know. But whatever. We start off with me and Giselle. Giselle doesn't like the lies that Karen told on Charisse. Mia asks, well, do you think that Karen is jealous of Charisse? And Giselle says, yes, just like Wendy is jealous of you. Now, a lot of people are saying jealous of what? And I don't, okay. If we're talking about accomplishments, yeah. But people can be jealous of whatever. Like, hell, I had somebody, like, back in high school, again, long time ago, but I had somebody where I was in conflict with somebody, and then, like I said, and that was freshman year. By the time we got to junior, senior year, let all that go, whatever, whatever. And he was like, yeah, I was jealous of you because, like, because, we were in a lot of the same AP classes. And, like I said, I shine in mathematics. And he was just like, yeah, I was jealous of that. And I'm really looking at him just like, of that? Me? Of that? But again, people can be jealous of anything. So I'm not going to say that Wendy isn't jealous of Mia. But if we're going off of accomplishments, I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, and Giselle thought that they would have been able to truly have a conversation, last night instead of whatever that was. So Mia says, it's always a debate when it comes to Wendy. Well, that's because you turned it into a debate. And if you know that is what she does for a living, then why would you even try to create this scenario with her? Your fault. So Giselle wants to know what she's going to do when it comes to Jacqueline, since they're not good. And Mia feels that they're probably at a point of no return. Um, and then says she doesn't like that Jacqueline feels that she can throw jabs and there isn't a response. If that is true, then I understand that. Because look, I done told y'all my mouth is flipped and it's reckless. So I'll be the first one to say, please don't come over here with the foolishness, because depending on how aligned I am with the big guy is going to determine if you get a certain response. Because if I'm just not on the same frequency with the Lord and you come at me crazy, you just finna get it. And I don't care. Like, I'm about to sit here and light you up. So, but yeah, you do have some people that feel they can just say whatever and you're not supposed to respond. Again, I don't know how true that is because, again, we don't know their relationship like that. So, whatever. Giselle encourages Mia to make it right. Okay, nice. And Mia wants to know if her and Giselle can plan a bachelorette party. Giselle wants to do a stripper thing. All right, whatever. Ashley and Karen. So Karen didn't like the verbal assault by Robin. Ashley says that, look, when it comes to Robin and Juan, like I forget exactly. She pretty much said like they were in like a low place or whatever, and Charisse was the one that was there for them. So there's going to be that loyalty there, that allegiance there. Got it. Karen, says she did not like being called fake because what is fake is this way. And she says she knows a lot about Robin, including Juan's other woman who looks just like her, has, blonde hair, which she probably should have just said she has blonde hair instead of looks like her. But we'll see why she says look like her later in the, review. And says Robin knows. And Ashley like, do you think they have an arrangement? Karen says yes. Ashley knows how it feels when you bring other women up to, or when you bring up to Robin, Juan possibly dealing with somebody else. And we get that flashback of Robin and Giselle going to Ashley's place of business, her restaurant that she shared with Michael. And because of course Giselle gassed up Robin's head to do that, goes there and literally was doing the finger in the face thing, which and what is interesting is, and we talking about people being aggressive and whatnot, but nobody and that clip needs to always be played when we talk about Robin in that instance. But it's funny how Robin wanted Candace to just like let it go with the whole Chris thing and Giselle, and thinking that she might have been putting 20 on 10. Yet you went to this woman's place of business all the way back in season 1, I believe. Finger all in the face. Yeah, comical. Um, but Karen says, she wants to table this until they get back, and she wants them to have a woman to woman. Hello, Barbara. This is Shirley. Now, honestly, I feel if Karen really wanted to wait to address this with Robin, then obviously you wouldn't tell Ashley, because Ashley cannot hold water, and this is Ashley's MO. Because let me go ahead and kick up some stuff. So we ain't got to talk about me and my situation. And I also understand the whole optics of when this plays back, how a person could feel, you sitting down, somebody is sitting here going in on you to a person that you consider to be a friend, and then you don't know about it. I can understand the optics of how that could look and whatnot. That ain't why Ashley did it, but I'm just saying I understand the optics. But I think she told Ashley so Ashley can go ahead, set up the scene, and get it power. Honestly, what I think. So they disperse, and oh geez, 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Oh crap! And I totally forgot. Now I'm gonna be. Uh, okay, I'm gonna be laggy. I totally forgot when I do the pause thing. Now that this happens. 1 second. Okay, I would just have to spice this. I'm saying that even though I know I'm going to do it, but whatever. Anyway, we're back because I'm looking at the camera. I can't see myself. I can't do it. Anyway, so Karen and Ashley go back into the resort. Karen goes up to her room, if I'm not mistaken, and at the bar you have Jacqueline, Charisse, maybe like one or two empty seats, and then you have Candace and Wendy. And when I say one or two seats, I'm saying that so like they're very close in proximity to each other. So you have Ashley go over to Wendy and Candace and begin to, tell them about the conversation that she had with Karen, and that, she was talking about one of the girls. They list off all of the women, including themselves, and then when they finally get to Robin, Ashley does the so, know it's about Robin, but Ashley is saying this loud enough to where, yes, Charisse can hear it. So, that was one of those where it's just like, see, messy. Whatever. But she's doing that, and then she was like, yeah, and then she dropped this bomb, but I can't repeat it. And I'm like, oh, being messy, being messy. But again, I feel like this was all part of Karen's plan. Um, Let me see. And yep, I said all that. So they get on the bus. Robin wants to play a game with shady questions. First question is, who is most likely to speak to a manager of a restaurant? Everybody says Giselle. Giselle didn't agree. Ashley, this nasty girl gonna say, if she relieved herself in the cup, would they throw it out the window? I'm just like, uh. And I'm even looking at Bravo like, why y'all include that? I don't need to know about. Yeah. So then the next question is, who spends the most time watching adult movies? Karen voluntarily says, I do. And we're going to move on from there. Don't need the visual. Candace is insecure. I guess we could say video reveal. I don't know if the song is being revealed, if the actual video is or whatever, but there's going to be some type of reveal. should be ready within like the next month. She tells this to Wendy. So they go shopping. Ashley and Robin step off. Ashley shares that Karen felt she attacked her integrity, and then she said something else and asked her to not say it. And Robin says not to say it, and then she ends up saying, because she's like, well, you're going to hear about it anyway. Then Robin tells her. Robin says she doesn't believe it, calls Juan. Now my thing is, if you don't believe it, why are you calling Juan with it? Now Juan snapped smooth the hell on, and it's one of those where it's misdirected, because Robin wasn't calling you, accusing you of anything. It's just, hey, they said this, but I'm guessing because he's been hearing a lot of stuff on the show. He's been attacked a lot, and that's why we haven't seen him in the last, couple of seasons and whatnot. So I do believe like that sort of kind of has something to do with it, but that was like a whole lie. Then he said, I'm gonna cuss out all the women and all this other stuff, and literally going on, and then hung up on Robin. So I'm just now that does make me think, because when Chris and their what you do, Eddie Jason Derulo was accused of cheating. They in essence like kind of like, I'm not gonna say Eddie laughed it off, not necessarily Chris, but didn't get all blah. Well, Juan did. Anyway, so they're at lunch. Robin is excited because she's ready to get it popping. She feels that what Karen said, last night, was some mean girl stuff. And Karen says she respects a woman if they defend their friends. And had it been like, had she cut it there wouldn't be a problem. But she said, you went deeper. You attacked my integrity. I know a lot of ish. I've stood by you, but you always take digs at me. That is like, whether you like Karen or not, that is a fact. Robin has consistently taken digs at her. So no lie was told there. She says, last night you told my friends, watch out, she's fake. What's fake is this wedding. I'm like, well, that's what she said. And then says, I know you know about the blonde woman in Georgetown. We all heard it. Now, me and Giselle said they didn't hear it. Wendy and Candace said, okay, we heard about it. And Candace even said, well, it's been in the blogs. And she says, do what you want with this cloak and dagger wedding. If you register, I will eat my words. And Giselle chimes in and look, let's be clear. Giselle typically does not chime in. It's typically Robin chiming in on her behalf. But she chimes in and says, she doesn't have to do that for you. Why would she do that for you? And Karen says, you are nowhere near an altar. Be quiet when I tell you I hollered. My dog was laying next to me, and I think I damn near, because she was, not like, we're both on the couch, so she was kind of knocked out. I damn near, woke up out of her damn sleep, because she looked at me like, dude, what is your problem? That was funny, especially, altar, knowing that Giselle was a first lady, all that other stuff. Funny to me. And also, I know, and that, like I said, it was basic, but it got her to shut up. And y'all know Giselle, she's not quick with it. That's why she has all this witty stuff to say in the confessional, but she doesn't have any of this stuff to say in person. Gotta pay attention. Let's see. Said that. And then she says, Robin, I will be happy if you never told us. And Robin says, then don't ask. Who keeps asking? And to be fair, Robin is right. Karen has been one of the main ones consistently asking about the wedding. But we're not going to sit here and act like, Robin, were you not the same one that was consistently asking Karen about her raised taxes? Especially given the fact that it's dealing with finances, and you hadn't even fully recovered, but you were recovering from a financial decision that you made that messed up you and Juan's money, right? And this is one of those where you should have just been on mute, but you kept hounding her about that. You kept hounding her about, where are you living? Where are you living? Do you really live in Potomac? Do you really live in Potomac? You were doing that. So turnabout is fair play. But I'm just saying. What else? And Karen says you got engaged 3 years ago, and now you want to fly off to Jamaica with no witnesses. Robin is like, so what? Karen's like, it's suspect. And Robin says you need to concern yourself with you saying you love your husband, getting remarried, but I have a picture of you with a blue-eyed man in red skin gear in Vegas at a bar. That is what you should be worried about. Now, this is what, like, it's a bar. You know, like, that's one of those, like, I would just shrug that off, like, okay, at a bar, who cares? It's a bar. Ah, do you because I would have been like, do you have a picture of me kissing somebody? Do you have a picture of me being, hand touchy feely with somebody? Do you actually have a picture of me on a potential date with somebody at a bar? Get out of my like that. I would have just been like. So then Robin then decides to do a show and tell and let everybody see the picture in her phone except for Karen. And Karen's like, let me see. And I'm kind of like, why do you want to see? But then maybe it's just to be like, that's not me. And she had even said that, oh boy, I guess in her getting the details, in Vegas, what he was wearing, probably enough information to where you can deduce, oh, okay, well, yeah, because I was in Vegas, so I think I know who you're talking about, blah, 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 blah. Specific details. But what is interesting is you have receipts in your phone, but do you have receipts on where your money went when you gave it to your friend that messed up your money? You got receipts in your phone. Do you have receipts for the suits that were supposed to be tailored for your fiance and your boys? Hmm? You have receipts in your phone, but do you have a receipt for your wedding dress? Do you have a receipt for the venue for the wedding? I'm just asking questions since we have receipts in our phones. Like, I want to know about the receipts that really do matter. Though I really don't care about her and this, wedding. I'm just saying, like, you want to talk about receipts and phones. There's other receipts that were proved to be a little bit better. Okay, just saying. So anyway, where am I? Oh, we find out that Giselle, somebody sent the photo to Giselle. Giselle obviously sent it to Robin, and 6 months ago, and Robin been sitting on it. Okay. And then Karen, says, let me confess my sins, and then now Giselle wants to know, oh, so was that you in Vegas? And then Karen said, I am not speaking to you, thou without a man. Now, I laughed. I did. I thought it was funny. At the same, and I understood why that comment will be made, mostly because of the simple fact that you hit somebody where it's going to affect him, and obviously it affects Giselle that she doesn't have anybody, and even if she does have somebody, she knows that she can't bring him on the show for fear of what happened last time with Sherman. So Giselle's value is in a man. So that was an easy jab for Karen to come at her with. I just didn't like it because it's like, okay, it's weak, it's lazy. And then that's very telling because Karen must obviously feel that her value is connected to a man. When your value should be anything but that. Your value is where you place it, and the fact that you place it there, but another story, another conversation for another day. Um, we almost done. So Robin wants to know why would any of their men want to go to Georgetown, and then says Juan is ready to cut you out, and Karen said he won't because I've been protecting him. You ready for that? And she says when Andy Cohen asks us at the reunion, one of the few times we ever hear them break that wall like that, because they never say the reunion. They'll be like, oh, when we were in New York, or when we were in Texas, or when we were over here. They never say the reunion. Now they'll show a flashback to the reunion, but they would never say the reunion. And she was like, and you were asked while we were all wearing white if you and Juan was open to a threesome, and you said yes. Now that was a flashback. Robin did not say yes. Now Juan said, well, I mean, you got to keep it spicy. And he says, then we go to dinner, and Juan proceeds to take me in his arms and squeeze me tight. and said, I want you to be number 3 in the threesome. Now, part of me feels that because Karen did allude earlier in the season when talking to Giselle when they were sharing stories about, husbands, being inappropriate. She did say there was a husband that did grab her very tightly. So that, here we are. And it's like, okay. And here's the thing, I believe all of this. Now, the whole threesome thing, the only thing I can think of is maybe Juan was joking. I don't know. Again, we weren't there, so we will never know. But with her throwing all of this out there, wait. And then she says, can you tell them why you don't like me? Because your man does. Now, the table starts laughing. And the one thing I will say is you have Robin saying, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care, instead of, denying the claim, shooting it down, and all of that. So, though they try to make it seem as if all Karen is, delusional and all this other stuff, the fact that it wasn't being refuted, and I'm not saying that, Robin had to get angry and irate, but she wasn't shooting it down, which means that something in what Karen is saying must be true. That's all I'm saying. So then Giselle says Karen can't come to the bachelorette party. Karen is fine with it. Giselle does a toast to receipts in the phone, and Karen puts her drink down. She's like, stop playing. So then Giselle isn't happy because she needs some more stuff. So then she says to Jacqueline, is she and Mia okay? And, now here's the thing. Some people did not like how Jacqueline responded to Giselle. I'm all the way here for it because I think Jacqueline has watched the show. She knows Giselle for her work and saw what she was trying to do, and that was instigate a scene. And Jacqueline says, it's a process. We're working on it. It doesn't involve any of y'all. I don't give a fudge what you think. We can have this conversation another day, and I hope you're better than that. I was like, oh, what? And Giselle's trying to figure out, like, it's like, no, because this is what you do. So, yeah, she gave you a little, little tap, okay? And Mia tries to shut the things down, and Jacqueline is not happy and says, she defended her to this group with the cancer, no cancer. Mia, why wasn't there follow? We already know, but why wasn't there follow up when she said that? And said, and just like my mom took you in, now that was one of those where I'm like, I don't know if that was necessary, but again, I gotta say, if we at woe, ain't nothing off the table, not for me at least. And then Mia says, and that's why I was with your mom on Mother's Day. Where was you? And everybody was like, and I didn't do that only because I don't do Hallmark holidays. I've recently got into it with somebody over that where there was, years when I was in the mill that I wouldn't call back for that. Like, my thing is my mother's birthday is more important to me than a Hallmark holiday. That literally is just created to sit here, spend some money, extra money, and all this other stuff. Like, your birthday means more to me because without that day, I wouldn't be here. That's my whole way of thinking. And because I knew that it meant a whole lot to her, I have thus, adjusted, even though I still don't celebrate I don't celebrate most holidays, to be honest. But just that, I'm just like, But again, people place their values in certain things, so that's why all the other women like, so whatever. And then Jacqueline says, you are deep and ugly. Mia says, but it's the truth. Jacqueline walks away, goes to the bar. Mia says to Wendy she wants to like her. You're beautiful, successful, has an amazing husband, and beautiful children. And I don't want to feel like you don't like me because of an insecurity. And Wendy's looking at her like, what insecurity? And then you have Robin over here saying, let her talk. Now, didn't y'all just patch y'all stuff up not that long ago? Like, let this happen. But this still shows you that Robin still has an issue with Wendy. Like, just let them talk. And yes, if somebody sit here and say to me because of your insecurities, I would ask too, what insecurities? What am I insecure about? Please let me know. Please let me know. And then Wendy pretty much says, you know what, they can have a conversation later. They both, in essence, kind of like shake on it. And, like I said, it'll be brought up later. Jacqueline is crying at the bar to Sharice and Candace. Eventually, Wendy comes over. She says her sister's going to cuss her out. Now, I haven't seen any of the lives or interviews that Jacqueline's sister have done, but from what I hear, she has been cursing her out. And says that y'all have to separate me from her. Which leads me to, if she's talking about room situation, let me say this to y'all. Real talk. Make sure you got extra in your pocket when you go on trips. Even if somebody, like, say if somebody is paying for, a trip for you and it's for your birthday, whatever, whatever, whatever. You still got to make sure you have some money in your pocket, because, like I said, if I was Jacqueline and I just got into it with my brother for however many years or whatever, and things completely went left, what I am going to do is I'm going to get a whole nother room. I'm not staying in the same room. I can't do that energy. I'll go ahead and I'll flip that. I will pay that. Just like what Wendy did when it was at the house. She went and she paid for her own hotel room away from the home. Like, that is what I would. So her saying that you have to separate me from her, why they have to do it? Why can't you do it? Anyway, later that night, Mia and Wendy talk. Mia says, she does like her, don't know where they went wrong. And Wendy was like, you threw a drink in my face. Like, how you don't know? She also forgot to mention, and then you also, if she either she did or almost did, because I couldn't see if it connected in the footage, but hit her with her pocketbook, and then tried to ice her not only out of the vacation but out of the group. After that happened, like, stop playing, stop playing. Anyway, and Mia says, she should, like, you should feel comfortable and not feeling like someone's going to throw something at you. I'm sorry, I didn't sleep that night because I never want to feel responsible for disrespecting someone. And I'm looking like, you a lie, because based off the footage, you was he ha ha you lost sleep. Then she says, we like you, meaning her and Gordon. And, Whitney's like, yeah, we like y'all too. And then, because me is like, no, I think Whitney's like, because, you got a fake booty, I got a fake booty. And then, what was it? She was like, you're beautiful, I'm gorgeous. I don't know why Mia did not catch that, because I was just like, when do you roll for that? But they hug, they make up. So then they go to dinner. Dinner seemed like a fun time, and then I don't think all of the ladies went out, partying. I think a group, like a chunk of them did, because I know Karen wasn't there, Giselle wasn't there, and I don't think Robin was there. I could be wrong, but I don't know. Anyway, so they go partying. They are showing each other their respective pocketbooks, showing that they don't have on panties. Wendy says Mia slither and says she wants to put her face in the place. And now we got to figure out, did it actually happen? So that's it. That's the review. Thank you all so much for watching and joining me. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and share. And join us tonight for the Whether You Like It or Not panel on, I was about to call him by his Scotty by Nature TV show. I'm about to call him by the previous handle. And yeah, we're gonna cut up. We're gonna have a good time. And lastly, I will, like I say, I'm getting y'all the Miami reviews. Just hold tight. Like I said, if not by the end of this week, by the time we get to next week, I'll be fully caught up. So if I didn't already say it, yeah, I already said it, but I'll say it again. Rate, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you all later on tonight. Bye.